Hello and welcome to your course on display screen equipment, or DSE. Display screen equipment, whether it's a fixed desktop computer, a laptop or a tablet, is used in many different workplaces by a variety of people. In fact, it's rare to find an environment where it isn't used. Most of the time, display screen equipment is completely harmless, but for those who spend prolonged periods of time in front of it, such as several hours each day, it can pose significant health risks. This training course aims to raise an awareness of the risks surrounding DSE work to help you to understand how to assess your workstation and learn more about the changes you can make in order to create a more comfortable working environment. By the end of this course, learners will understand why training in DSE is important to health and safety, have knowledge of what is contained in the DSE legal regulations, know how to undertake a DSE assessment of their workstation, understand how to set up the workstation correctly so as to avoid health problems, understand how to improve posture and well-being so that working with DSE becomes more ergonomic. After you've finished this course, there'll be a number of questions to answer. Once you've completed this course, you'll then receive a certificate, which you can print off. So, let's go. So, just what is DSE, or display screen equipment? It's any device or equipment that has an alphanumeric or graphic display screen. It includes equipment such as desktop computers, laptops, tablets, smartphones, television screens, video monitors. Sometimes you may see DSE referred to as VDU, meaning Visual Display Units. Although this is a previously used description and DSE is now accepted as the standard term, consider your current job role. How long do you spend using DSE each day? You might only use your computer for typing up documents every now and then. You may use a tablet more frequently to record minutes in meetings, and you probably send numerous emails a day. If you work in an office environment, it's likely that you spend the majority of your day in front of DSE, perhaps even all of it. However, spending this much time in the same position and looking at the same screen from the same distance has the potential to cause harm to your health. For this reason, it's essential that your DSE workstation is set up correctly and as ergonomically as possible. A poorly considered workstation can lead to musculoskeletal disorders, most commonly back pain, repetitive strain injuries to the arms, elbows, wrists, hands, neck and shoulders, upper limb disorders in the arms and shoulders, visual discomfort and problems. Fatigue and stress. However, the causes of these health problems may not always be obvious to find and can often be due to a combination of factors. A few likely causes to look out for include repetitive work, uncomfortable working postures, incorrect screen settings, carrying out tasks for long periods without suitable rest breaks, a poor working environment or organisation, lack of training and awareness. The use of display screen equipment at work is covered by the Health and Safety Display Screen Equipment Regulations of 1992. Under the regulations, employers have a responsibility to ensure that their employees' workstations are ergonomic to use. The regulations apply to people whose work involved the regular use of DSE, for example, a significant part of their normal working day. These people are known as DSE users. The regulations specifically cover the workstation setup, the daily work routine of users, eyesight, training and risk assessment. The regulations do not apply to people who only use DSE infrequently or for very short periods of time, such as shop workers who are only required to check the company intranet once a day. The DSE regulations contain specific duties for employers to comply with. All employers must perform a suitable and sufficient analysis of workstations to assess the health and safety risks which users are exposed to. Plan users' activities so that daily work is periodically broken up by an activity change. Provide users with appropriate eye tests at their request. Provide users with adequate health and safety training in the use of the workstations where they work. Inform users about the health and safety aspect of their workstations. The main legislation relating to the general health and safety of workers is the Health and Safety at Work Act of 1974. The emphasis of the Act is on assessing the risk to workers' health and safety and ensuring that suitable control measures are implemented and then monitored for effectiveness. Under the Act, all employers are required to prepare, implement and revise a written health and safety policy where there are 5 or more employees in the company. If there are fewer than 5 employees, then a policy is still needed, but does not need to be recorded. In terms of DSE, this means that employers need to ensure that a risk assessment of the DSE is undertaken in order to keep workers safe from ill health. More on this will be covered later in the course. But why is training so important? In 2013 to 14, musculoskeletal disorders was the most common type of work-related illness. If these workers had received the correct training and were aware of the hazards to their health, MSDs would have been much less common in the workplace. Addressing health and safety and training yourself and others in safe working practices should not be seen as a regulatory burden. It offers significant opportunities. Benefits can include reduced costs and risks, employee absence and staff turnover rates are lowered, accidents are fewer and the threat of legal action is lessened. Increased productivity, employees are healthier, happier and more motivated. Improved standing among suppliers and partners. A better reputation for corporate responsibility among investors, customers, and communities. But what do workers need to know? Employers must provide information, instruction, and health and safety training to DSE users, which will help them identify any risks to their health and understand safe work practices. Through training, employees should be aware of the risks from DSE work and any controls put in place by the employer. How to assess their workstation for risks. How to adjust their workstation, including the chair and the screen height. How to organise the workplace to avoid awkward or frequently repeated stretching movements. How to keep the screen, keyboard and mouse clean. Who to contact for help and report problems or symptoms to. Workers also have their own responsibilities when it comes to using DSE. As an employee, you must participate in training. Advise your employer or manager if your equipment is known or suspected to be defective. Inform your employer or manager of any discomfort or health condition that you suspect is caused or aggravated by using DSE. Comply with any control measures implemented by your employer. Take care of your own health and safety. And that's about it. Well done, you've reached the end of your DSE course. There are a number of questions listed below, but you're an expert now, so it'll be a breeze. Thank you for taking this course and stay safe.